All right. We have a film called A Black Baby Was Born to White Parents. Animators. Let's see what's going on here. Enhanced bitrate 1080p.
My baby
God damn, that's loud. Holy shit.
has been mixed up at the maternity hospital. Yet, the nurse assured me that it was no mistake.
So
What's with the aspect ratio? I'm actually comfortable putting my webcam even bigger like this. If the aspect ratio is going to be so funky.
this
All
is
right.
the gift you have given me.
My husband insisted on an immediate DNA test.
All right, what's the twist on this one? That they have a skin condition?
Alex took out our family photo albums and
What native language does the narrator speak? Because it's not English.
didn't find any relative with dark skin. Still, I had nothing to hide, which was why I easily agreed to do the test.
Because I had nothing to hide. This animation is very reminiscent of fucking, what is it, Leo and Layla or whatever, the PragerU thing.
I'm being completely honest with you.
I'm being completely honest with. I can't even imitate that. It's so weird. He's got a little stubby arm. The proportions are so weird on that arm. Got a little baby arm.
If you can't prove 100% of my paternity, our marriage is over.
Okay, well, a DNA test should be fine then. Why don't you DNA test the baby? I guess you would. Is Alex the baby?
Once the test was ready, Alex announced that he was the child's father. However, there was one major but.
What the fuck? They swapped the child accidentally in the maternity ward.
It says here that you, dear, can't be biological mother.
But then I don't understand how this makes any sense, actually. The boy and girl poster at the back. Oh, the male symbol is on the girl bottle. Okay, that's weird. And the male symbol is also pink on the right. And the female, that's very interesting.
Biological mother.
How dare you even think that, Alex? My husband came up with a crazy theory in which I faked the pregnancy and secretly hired a surrogate mother.
What?
I've been
You're in a hospital. How do you fake that?
constantly paying huge bills and never
Playing huge bills. This is so funny. Sorry.
I've been constantly paying huge bills
Plain huge bills.
and never checked on you. Perhaps
And
I
never
should
shacked on you. If I didn't have subtitles, I would have no fucking idea what's going on.
have.
Playing...
Alex believed that nonsense so much that he even drove all my relatives out of the hospital.
Hospital.
These flowers were for me. You had no right to throw them away.
They were for the woman who gave birth. You still haven't proved it to me.
He sounds like Xavier Renegade Angel. They were live.
Alex said that I looked too slim for someone who was really pregnant for 9 months.
Look at yourself. You could go to a nightclub.
The plot is awful. This is insane.
In order to prove him wrong, I lifted the blanket
Are you not in a
and
hospital?
showed him my saggy stomach. How do you explain this? Do you think I stole it from my surrogate mother? My argument seems suspicious to him.
I like how they got a DNA test within minutes also. She's like still there.
In response, he exposed his own belly.
Is this fetish content?
A pint or two every night.
A pint?
I
A pint or two?
can tell everyone that I've given birth too.
A beer belly is not the same as a saggy stomach after giving birth. Can you divorce him?
Desperate, I proposed a simple
Why
test.
do you want to be in a relationship with him?
I would breastfeed the baby. If I really didn't have a baby, I won't have any milk. Alex agreed, but strictly warned me that he would watch me closely to ensure I wouldn't fake it.
How do they resolve this? Like, this is so. How did you find this?
The writing is the worst. I guess because they try to, like, force plot twists into, like, literally everything.
Put it in.
I can't. What kind of candy is that? I found it. Spiperli Polaris candy. Are the actors Italian? Hold on, let me see if maybe in the description it says, like, where it's based. Website news Amo Mama? I've never even heard of this news site. Amo Mama creates engaging, meaningful content for women. If you click on the YouTube logo at the bottom of the site, it leads to a different channel? Annie Matters? Oh my god, it looks like a mobile game ad. What the fuck?
I don't want you to hide a bottle under your shirt.
To prevent that, he carefully checked my clothes.
What?
See? I really am his mother, and the DNA test is just wrong.
How do you know that the baby's getting milk? How do you know the baby's not just sucking on a nip and not getting milk? You're not even seeing it. You gotta taste the milk.
I hope the old Alex, who used to worship my pregnant belly,
Is this fetish content? It's a lot of belly shit.
would finally return.
With fruit.
Then a nurse decided to interfere by stating that women who haven't had a child can also produce milk.
What?
It's a normal maternal instinct, just like cats.
Just like cats. Cats? Apostrophe. Just like catses.
I realized that I wouldn't be able to convince Alex on my own. So I decided to find the obstetrician who delivered my baby.
Delivered my baby.
Alex immediately grabbed the crutches and told
You're
me to
faking
go
it.
on without them.
You're faking it.
I want to see how you walk. If you're given birth, you'll hardly be able to move.
I was ready to endure any pain, just to prove that I was the baby's real mother.
There's so many pieces of media that are even better produced than this that perpetuate the idea of people staying in toxic relationships. You know, that are just like, oh, but you want to stay together and you should just do it. It's like, fucking dump this guy. Who cares? Also, figure out why you're not genetically the mother. Like, what the hell is happening here?
Once again, my husband...
It's gonna turn out that, like, he cheated on her and they accidentally swapped babies at maternity ward, but he cheated on her with a black woman and he was the bad person the whole time? That's the only explanation, right?
His own interpretation.
I'm taking the baby because the paper clearly says I'm the father.
And then they just both gave birth at the same time? He knocked up two different women like on the same day?
You are. It's up to the court.
Her handprint is so funny.
Left.
It didn't match up with her hand at all.
I noticed a strange mark on my hand. And I got an unpleasant suspicion.
What?
In order to check it, I went back home as fast as I could.
You seem to walk fine without the
However,
crutches.
Alex changed all the locks.
He got back faster.
Open the door! It's me, Kate, your wife and mother of our child.
Mother?
When he finally answered, I saw the nurse from the hospital behind him.
So is this just like... Does this exist as like a content farm sort of thing? Like, it does, but like, in terms of producing it, they just find the cheapest country and random people to like hire, where you can pay like $1 for a voice actor and then pay $1 for someone to animate it, is I guess what's happening.
What is this woman doing in our house?
I hired a professional to take care of the baby because I don't trust you anymore.
We might as well be doing AI for like channels like these. If they're going to be content farms anyway, fucking do AI voices and AI animation. Why not?
What's going on? What do you need?
What is
I took
going
the
on?
baby and demonstratively wiped
Oh,
his
it's
skin.
paint.
As expected, a brown mark appeared on the t-shirt,
Ah.
just like it did before on my hand.
What a crazy plot here.
Well-
This is baby blackface.
Oh, my love, do you believe me now? It's a self-tanning lotion. Someone is trying to pretend that the baby isn't mine.
Someone, and also the DNA tests. What the hell? This is so convoluted and stupid.
This all sounds like nonsense.
It was pretty obvious, but Alex still had his doubts.
And Alex was in on it, so
At that moment, I saw an open bottle of self-tanner.
she does
And
not
the
know how to
nurse
hide her
is back.
tracks at all.
How do you like this proof?
How do you like this proof?
After that, Alex finally woke up to the truth.
Oh.
I can't believe it.
So you drove home as fast as you could, and they're like already in a relationship, and changed the locks. Yeah, like she leaves it in her purse, sticking out of her purse. There's no reason for any of this. This doesn't make any sense. This is the dumbest fucking plot.
How could you do this?
He immediately kicked the nurse out of our house.
So, did the nurse know them before the delivery day? And she was like, "Ooh, this guy looks hot. I'm going to paint the baby black with my skin tan lotion." And then, more quickly than she can drive home, seduce him. Like,
and tried to justify his behavior.
I was just really waiting for this baby and went a little crazy.
would he not eventually find out that his baby is not black? And also, is he not asking questions as to, like, so he's like, oh, you got a black surrogate mother so that you didn't have to have a baby. You lied to me, and I'm keeping the black baby, and I don't even care who the mother is. I'm just keeping the black baby. You got a surrogate mother and didn't think very hard about what our baby would look like. How did you steal my cum? How did you steal my cum for the surrogate mother? When did you do that?
You see, I almost bought the entire baby store.
I almost bought the entire baby store. What? I almost bought the entire baby store. That's a good line. Baby store is a funny way to put it, too.
Upon checking the receipt, I found an unexpected item.
A black baby at the baby store.
Tannin spray.
It was you the whole time. I like how much of a paper trail and obvious evidence everybody leaves for their crimes.
That's when I realized why Alex refused to listen to me.
They make it easy for the main character. You're under arrest for doing baby blackface.
All the details of my husband's insidious plan.
She pronounced insidious not bad, and then plain. Plain.
Were later uncovered by the police. As it turned out, Alex and the nurse were lovers.
Okay.
She couldn't have children
9. Baby.
of her own.
This conversation's pretty good. Let's see. It would kind of like scrolled. Love you. Waiting. Yes.
And the nurse were lovers.
Just baby.
She couldn't have children of her own. So she convinced him to use me.
Ugh. I'm being arrested right now. It's just doxing isn't a big deal. Oh my god, I'm just such a dumb girl. I can't be held responsible for anything. Oh my god.
In the end, the couple of swindlers were sent to jail. I, on the other hand, stayed with my baby.
White as snow. The good ending.
To whom I had nothing to prove. He knew exactly who his mother was from birth. The pursuit of counterfeit happiness will always leave you empty-handed.
What? The fuck? What? The heck? Is it not fucking weird how this, like, pumping out this type of shit can be successful? Is that not, like,
My husband gave
fucking weird that, that this is, like, what we reward? It's interesting that Dhar Mann was at the precipice of this. It's interesting that Dhar Mann essentially figured it out, or at least popularized it, and could see that creating, like, really bad scenario stories wound up being so financially successful. Like, what? How does this appeal to anybody? I fell in love with a young priest. Oh, father. Father! My infertile sister wanted to adopt one of my neighbor's twins. This one is mine. So a lot of baby stealing. I was selling my milk to support my newborn son. She's a cow furry? So there's a lot of, like, breast milk and baby stealing and, like, cellulite, like, flabby. Like, they're definitely doing a lot of the same things. Cheating, husband cheating, underwear, alopecia. I tricked a bride into kissing a homeless guy. Gotcha. I am not attracted to my husband because of my pregnancy. He is the one saying, ew, no. Does that mean I am not attractive to my husband? I think that's what they meant to say, and they never fixed the title, and it's been 2 months. I think the pregnancy... Okay, this is furry.
showed up in the middle of my evening shift. Please, don't tell me.
Sorry, what? Did you boob milk him?
My milk showed up in the middle of my evening shift.
This is... are we gonna monetize? Be able to monetize this one?
Please, don't tell my boss.
Is this video monetized? Can you use that thing, whatever we use to check?
I'll fix everything. However, instead of causing a scene, the customer licked his lips and ordered a private
This is porn.
dance from me.
This is a private dance. The music and everything.
I sighed. One
Sorry. She has 2 sets of ears. She has two sets of ears. She has 4 ears.
Once we were alone, the man demanded
Pick one.
more.
Pick 2, I mean. One of each. Why not?
Take off your gloves. Quickly.
In the customer's hands, I saw a breast pump. I met a lot of freaks while working at the club, but that was way too much. I'm a professional dancer, not a milk bank.
I'm a professional dancer.
You don't want your boss to find out about our incident, do you?
I was very afraid of losing my job, so I agreed.
Sorry. Your boss is a piece of shit if he's like, oh, I gotta fire you because you didn't do milk pumpies for this guy that you accidentally spilled milk on. Once it hits that point, you kick the guy out and you pretend it didn't happen.
After
An
getting
inconvenience when it's clearly the guy's fetish and he wants it is not justification for all this. Yeah, sexual assault, basically, that comes next.
what he wanted, the creepy man threw a check worth my weekly pay at me.
Okay, quit your job then. John
I
Smith.
wanted to ask the mysterious Mr. John Smith what that all meant. Yes, I
Is John Smith the name of the guy from Pocahontas?
heard a baby's cry coming from the storeroom.
It's
It
my
was
baby.
My newborn son.
Yeah, okay. So, what's
Since
happening?
I didn't have money for a babysitter, I was forced to secretly bring him with me to the club.
To the club where no music is playing and also nobody notices the crying baby. This doesn't look like Halo. Yeah, we're taking a short break.
While I was dealing with the child, Mr. Smith disappeared. Not for long, though,
We're waiting for Torikin to finish eating
as I
food.
saw him again after my shift.
Oh, she's not even a real furry. It's fake.
The man had triplets
She's a
crying in
phony.
his car and looked extremely
Those are stock baby screams. I've heard those baby screams before.
nervous.
Start up, you damn thing. We need to get out of here, Sap.
That freak didn't look like someone who had children. So I got closer.
Is he a baby stealer?
And good thing I did. I saw the name Brooks on the baby
Oh
blanket.
yeah, they left the tag on the baby blanket, and he kept the baby blanket.
Now I knew why Mr. Smith needed my milk.
If you didn't know his name, you would have no reason to suspect. Also, what if he's babysitting? I mean, the bad thing is that he left babies in the car unattended. That's the bad part. We don't know if he stole the babies or not.
He was going to feed the children he kidnapped from the Brooks family.
That's a wild assumption, but yes, that's probably what's happening. Those baby screams on a loop that I've heard a million times before because it's stock shit.
Dialed 911 and made an anonymous report.
Ma'am, there are no records of missing babies at the moment.
Okay.
Not yet. You have to check this guy.
He's got babies with him that are not his skin color, and there's a blanket that says someone else's name on it.
His name is John Smith. As it turned out, there were thousands of John Smiths in the state. I tried to see the villain's light.
He's in a car. Okay, I
License
was about
plate
to
in the
say.
darkness, but he blinded me with the car's headlights.
Security cam. You're at a club. There's got to be security cams out there.
The following evening, Mr. Smith
Oh,
got
it's
to
just
my
the next day. Everything's fine.
son.
He's gonna kidnap your baby now? Why does he have a foot hand?
Luckily, I caught him just in time inside the storeroom.
Straw room.
Don't touch him or you'll regret it. My words frightened the freak. And he ran away, leaving a generous payment for the
What?
stolen bottles containing my milk. I had to protect my child, which was why I asked my boss not to let him into the club anymore.
Okay, you were convinced that he kidnapped children, and it took until him trying to kidnap yours, maybe, for you to say, don't let him in the club anymore.
I like money.
This client gets handsy.
Oh, you had to lie.
That's not my problem, baby. Mr.
Voice.
Smith paid me a month in advance, so that only you will dance for him.
Did you stuff that in your crotch also? It is not kind of the idea to
I
get
was
handsy in a
ready
strip
for
club.
his
What are you
next
talking
visit.
about? You're not allowed to do that in a strip club.
When he ordered me to give him milk again. I pretended to feel sick. Oh, it's so stuffy in here. I need some fresh air.
There has to be consent involved.
Once I got outside, I wrote down his car's license plate and anonymously reported it to the police. Checkmate, Mr. Smith. Upon returning, I handed him one bottle of milk.
I don't know if it even makes sense to just if the stripper if the stripper wants money for that. I don't even know if it makes sense to phrase that as they're into it. I don't think any of the strippers are into it. They're doing it for money.
That's all I have. Come back tomorrow. You paid a whole month ahead anyway. The man was visibly unhappy with the small portion.
I need to...
I refused to listen, as I was afraid of being alone with him for too long. The next day, he didn't show up at the appointed time. I was happy. My plan worked. The scoundrel had
Her carrying those beers is very funny.
been arrested. Near the end of my shift,
Why does she have three hands she only has two fingers supporting the tray. The other three are like holding one of the glasses for some reason.
my boss called me to
You want a flat hand underneath.
dance for a wealthy client. Suspecting nothing, I entered the VIP room and
I want to hear that line again. I entered the VIP room. Let's hear how that sounds.
I entered the VIP room.
I entered the VIP room.
I entered the VIP room and
So it was you who set the cops on me? Come here.
leave me alone! My boss rushed toward my screams, but my hope for help was in vain. He was furious as he had found my son in the storeroom.
You broke the rules. And now it's up to me to decide how long you will work for me for free.
For free? That's how it happens when you break the rules? Now you have to work for free. Now you're a slave.
He told me I wouldn't get paid for any of my previous shifts.
Do you not get to at least keep the tip money? Or do you have to literally give that to your boss every night?
Please, don't do this. My son and I need something to live on.
Leave on.
Unexpectedly, the creepy guy intervened.
If this enough to make you forget about her forever, she's coming with me.
You can't leave me alone with this nut job, please. no one listened to me anymore.
This music is so weird.
After the exchange, Mr. Smith shoved me and my son into his car. I was afraid.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch another one of these after this. This is just so, it's like,
Myself.
it's just so bottom of the barrel. Like, what is all of this? This whole genre of nonsense, you know? Yeah, when we start seeing AI ones, I'll be interested again, because that'll be, you know, funny.
But for my baby.
My
Because the Brooks
baby.
family's triplets were still with that freak. The door's locks clicked. I prepared for the worst. That's when Mr. Smith showed me a birth certificate. As it turned out, he was the single father of these 3 babies.
No mother.
I'm sorry if I scared you with this whole situation. I've been waiting to talk to you for a long time, but you refused to.
I have an infinite amount of money, but I can't get breast milk. I can't get any kind of like breast milk substitute or pay like a surrogate mother in a normal situation. I have to go to the strip club and like threaten people. Like what? What?
I timidly pointed at the name embroidered on the blanket.
The kids have my wife's last name. She
And also, it's a blanket. That doesn't mean anything.
passed away during childbirth.
It so happened that on the night of our first meeting,
What is he doing?
Mr. Smith's car broke down. He was fixing it.
Yeah. All of the shots we didn't see have him looking very sympathetic and not evil. He has eyebrows like this instead of like this. And all the shots we didn't see, and he's so concerned and things are bad happening and we feel bad for him now. That's every shot we didn't see. This is a flashback. He was doing those faces, we just never saw it.
For over 6 hours. And the babies were very hungry. Yet he didn't have any milk with him. Then, in order to wash his hands, he walked into the only open place.
Oh, he didn't even want to go to. You didn't even want. It wasn't even supposed to be a strip club. He's such a good guy. He doesn't even think that women are hot.
He found in the middle of the night.
He
As
doesn't even like cow furries.
he was leaving, the milk
Also, she has horns, which is kind of funny.
accident happened.
Like, how many? Is that? Yeah, whatever.
I apologize for being harsh. I really needed to feed the babies.
You have like infinite money. You paid a month's salary of the strip club owner. What are you doing? She's the only person that can breastfeed in the entire city? Like, yeah, exactly. You can get formula, but if you really need the real thing, like, I'm sure, just put out a fucking Craigslist ad, buddy. What are you doing? Go to the maternity ward. You're gonna find 1 billion pregnant women there.
Since that day,
Or just giving birth women.
Mr. Smith literally hunted my milk down because his kids ate with pleasure for the
What?
very first time.
They weren't gaining weight on formula and got a rush from the milk bank one.
Got a rash from the milk bank one.
Why didn't you tell me right away
It needs to be your juice.
that you needed the milk for your babies?
This music is so fucking funny.
I was afraid you wouldn't understand and report me to social services.
I was afraid you'd report me to social services, so instead I threatened you and tried to blackmail you because I was afraid that if I told you the truth, which is I have babies, my wife died, and I'm just a nice guy and I would like some breast milk and I gave them to it. I was afraid you'd call social services on me for that. So instead I blackmailed you and manipulated your boss and broke into the building and stole baby formula for you, presumably intending on doing it again and just that being what you do forever until they're not in infancy anymore. But I thought you would call social services on me for saying the thing that you're not mad at me about right now.
I understood him, as a parent's biggest fear is being separated from their child. I was also afraid of that, which is why I anonymously called the police. I agreed to become a wet nurse for John's children.
Wet nurse.
He paid
Is that what it's called?
me well for it.
Caffey.
And soon I was able to clear all my debts.
Das.
Later on, I found a good job with a regular schedule and learned a lesson I will never forget.
What was the lesson? What was the lesson you learned?
Never judge others without first walking in their shoes.
This is just Dhar Man. What do you mean? This thumbnail preview is disgusting. This is disgusting. I regret seeing my wife's labor. What? This is disgusting content. Olivia, did you watch all of them? This is awful. What am I doing?
Hey guys, Olivia here. Thank you all so much for watching. It's November 2023, so here are all of my amazing patrons. My $5 and up patrons are Brock H, Eck, Clarice Carlson, Tyler Cukes, Nico Fuentes, Joel999, Wrigglemoss, Speak of the Joker, Scott S, Joan of Fart, Skanot On, Happy the Knife, Coolest Shirt, Just a Portuguese Dude, www.openclassactions.com, Emil, Blank, Judum the Kinslayer, Big Guy, T-King, Saliv88, Electrica is an ordinary bad gamer, Yup, Caden Mac, Charisma, The Super One Player, Zachary Kane, Gillyflower, Purplefire, Gabriel Herrera, Hoofido, and Lemonade Warrior is participating in the hit game Among Us and is considered the encroacher. I stream my editing process on Twitch and Kick under the name Olivia Mancer, if you ever want to stop by and say hi. Those are linked in the description. I also stream games sometimes. Anyway, shameless plug out of the way. Thank you all so much for supporting my channel. Later, and take care.